on fire.
You can't handle the truth.
Jigsaw, cut you in half. I'm about to show the meaning of lyrical bloodbath. You should go take a bath, dog, dusty and dirty. When I'm 42 and rhyming, I'ma still be worthy. And I'ma be all-time top 3. The reason I can shoot, cause y'all don't matter to me. I done been there and done that. My stats is dumb fat. And for the record, I'm just stating facts, now run that. Line them up and knock them down. I run this town. It's just a matter of opinion. I come down. My mind is like the combine. I only get one time to prove that my 40-time rhymes are sublime. I inspire rappers, y'all call them a MC. The difference my end in the lowercase e. I lit your pilot, you was waiting to blow. You ain't never been on fire, I'm just letting you know. Sincerely Nitro. You crew is featherweight. My gunshots will make you never say them. Lock and load.
I can hear sweat trickling down the cheek.
You crew is featherweight. My gunshots will make you never say them. Lock and load. I guarantee you it'll be your very last time breathing. Double-edged sword, I'll bang your backboard. Dressed in all white, the home team, they clap for you. We just wanna have a good time. Hey yo, wanna have a good time.
Nitro.
We just wanna have a good time. Oh yeah, no time for the drama. Come on. Hey, hey, we just wanna have a good time. Good time. We just wanna have a good time. Good time. We just wanna have a good time. Good time. No time for the drama. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. I just wanna have a good time. They calling me JJ, cause I got the mic posted up with the DJ. Please no requests, I'm repeating what he say. We got it under control, it's cool like Cool J. Now when the needle drop and the record spin, give me a scratch to let me know where the song begin. his shoulder, hold the headphone with one ear so he can hear the monitor and mix the record real clear. It's okay, I said it's okay, cause I'm with the DJ, cause I'm with the DJ. It's okay, I said it's okay, cause I'm with the DJ, cause I'm with the DJ. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. Everybody in the place, they was...
Hi guys, how you doing? This is the regular Thursday night news call. Got a couple of cool things I want to show you tonight. Well, certainly one thing, but I've trawled through a lot of news in the last couple of hours. It is dominated still by Metaverse Fashion Week. Dead simple. It's the biggest thing happening out there at the minute. But I'm gonna, for the first time, the Metaverse Fashion Week, some of the exhibitors there, like Adidas, have actually gone across platforms. You know, this is like in the spirit of interoperability. A lot of the big boys who have a presence in, say, Sandbox, like Adidas do, as well as exhibiting in Decentraland, are simultaneously doing their stuff in Sandbox as well. So that's all good, because obviously interoperability is where it's at. So let me just show you this little article. But I've got a really cool tool to show you. I've only literally discovered this in the last 15 minutes. It's very, very exciting, and to me it's a great. I think it's almost the first social media platform to come out of Web3, as far as I'm concerned, and I think it's really got legs, this thing, if these guys do it right. So I'm going to show you that at the end of this call. But let's have a little look at what I was talking about there. Metaverse Fashion Week, you know, I've got a big interest in fashion, but the thing with it is, you know, Metaverse Fashion Week is the single biggest event. Let me just put this up maximum so you can see. Metaverse Fashion Week is without doubt the biggest event currently. As it says, as Metaverse Fashion Week gears up for a second strut, well, it's in the middle. Tomorrow is actually the last day of it, but basically what these guys are saying is that it's gone multi-platform for interoperability, because everybody's now knows that they're going to have to embrace interoperability for the metaverse to be a thing. So it's no point in everybody showing up in Decentraland just if it's not happening anywhere else. But and if you look at the brands involved, we did this the other night, myself and Sylvie. I was having internet problems, but Sylvie was able to bounce around in Decentraland effortlessly. But if you look at some of the brands, DressX, Tommy Hilfiger, Dolce & Gabbana, massive brands, and we were looking at some of the premises there. I mean, just to, you know, the premises next door to our headquarters in Decentraland is currently just the piece of land, the parcel of land with nothing built on it next door to us is currently on the market at $18,000. Now, we were looking at parcels there which were like 8 times the size of that. So have no doubt there's a lot of money being spent here, and very, very lavish architecture. So they've gone and basically bought the, you know, Decentraland allows people to upload 3D models through actual creations that they've made elsewhere. So what we were seeing, you know, it's really, really worth having a look at. Jump in there. The last day is tomorrow, but have a look around, whether you're interested in fashion or not. If you're interested in architecture, if you're interested in the metaverse, it's your basic, you need to get in there and have a look. There, you know, there was some of the premises there, as I say, were about 8 times bigger than our headquarters. You're looking at couple of hundred grand, literally, a couple of 100,000, and then they have to pay somebody to build something on that. So there's an awful lot of money being thrown at this, and it's bigger than it ever was. Now, it's spilled over into spatial. Spatial, if you've never been into it, it's another metaverse, spatial.io, and Overland as well has already made great strides. And I've got some parcels in Overland as well. But anybody there with multiple locations and different platforms were simultaneously showing collections and stuff there as well. So if you also look at, as I say, Adidas, we're showing the same stuff in both their sandbox outlet as well. So that is as much as I'm going to say about Metaverse Fashion Week. You need to have a look in there, guys. If you've got an interest in the Metaverse, if you need your confidence in the Metaverse backed up, go to Fashion Week and see who's in there and see the size of some of these exhibits. Just a massive amount of money being spent. Now, these guys aren't just spending money for the sake of it. They know there's something there. Fashion industry's embraced the Metaverse much more than a lot of others. And here is one such exhibitor. Hugo Boss enters Metaverse Fashion Week with an immersive AI experience showroom experience. Now look at this. This is the size of it. And again, Hugo Boss were quite late to the Metaverse. They were one of the last of the big fashion houses to jump in. And also they've got Spatial. They're doing multi platforms. So they're in Decentraland, and they're also in Spatial as well. So I'm going to see if we can actually do that. Let me just see. Just pick my avatar. Let's just see if this works. Hopefully it does. Probably crashed my computer. No, my luck, it'll probably crash my computer. Okay, I wasn't planning that, so here we go. So this is Boss's immersive showroom. Wow. Okay, so they've got an exhibit in WASD, same as ours. So I can saunter up here. As you can see, I'm a whiz with this. So let's look at the scale of what's going on here, guys. This is just Hugo Boss. This is just Hugo Boss. Now they've built this for Fashion Week, but they've also built a kind of copy of this for Decentraland as well. But this is just Hugo Boss. Crazy. Absolutely huge. Krista has joined. Thank you, Krista. Very nice. Thank you. I mean, it just gives you an idea of the scale of, what's going on. I mean, look at the size of this just from one fashion house. Okay, so I'll not strain that any further because it'll probably crash me. Okay, guys, but that just gives you an idea of the sort of exhibits that are out there on in Metaverse Fashion Week. Let me just see. I want to find this other article that I got. I've just unfortunately clicked off it. And then I'm going to show you something really, really cool. Bear with me one second, please. I found this incredible article in an Arab publication, which I'm just going to try and find for you right now. Sorry, apologies. I've just unfortunately clicked off it. I've probably posted it already. Hang on a second. My apologies, guys. Let me just run a video here while I'm just trying to find this. Bear with me one second. I'm just going to run a little video, and I'll just see if I can find this little article that I'm put. Okay, I found that. Sorry about that. No, it's just me doing stuff off the cuff. Going into spatial there kind of threw me off a little bit. It's not difficult. Hang on a second. Let's have a look at this article. Now, this article was written just well, not that long ago, actually, to be honest. But I just thought it really does tell it like it is. Let's have a look at the headline. Metaverse will be a 13 trillion opportunity no business can afford to miss. There's a guy called Thomas Kuravilla, and this is in Arab news. Now, I have no doubt. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to, Miami, Singapore, even Korea, Seoul, Korea, LA, New York, all trying to be the capital, the world capital of the metaverse. This article says it in no uncertain terms that, for me, I do firmly believe, there's a lot of places dipping their toes in the metaverse, but Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, those countries, Qatar, are not dipping their toes. They're jumping in head first, all guns blazing. So this guy starts off with this article. He says, unless you're a gaming enthusiast, the virtual world may seem less relevant to your daily life, but that could change. Since Facebook became Meta in October 21, the focus is turned towards the metaverse. The virtual reality could become a $13 trillion economy by 2030, with enormous implications for businesses. What started as an interactive VR space populated with online gamers is morphing into a future web version where virtual universes meet social networks. Keep that in your head because I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind in a minute. Collaborative spaces and e-markets. While some elements of its concept are not new, the metaverse is evolving from a fragmented space where users frequent as they please into a sophisticated economy where opting out could prove disastrous for businesses. The metaverse is expected to be worth 800 billion within 2 years. Therefore, operating inside it could become nothing short of mandatory over the coming decade, with as much as 25% of the economy potentially residing in the virtual realm. These assertions may seem outlandish, but some industries' biggest names have already entered the VR territory. For example, luxury powerhouse Gucci opened a garden on the Roblox gaming platform and released virtual bags that sold for more than $4,000 each on what we would perceive to be a kids' gaming platform, folks. Global brands such as Nike and Coke have also sold digital assets and virtual trials, auctions, and factory tours all on the metaverse. Besides retail, sectors like aviation, automotive, healthcare have been capitalizing on advances in VR, with Boeing, Rolls-Royce, and Pfizer using the technology to train and create digital twins. Then there's real estate. In the metaverse, an interested buyer can tour a unit before purchasing. It may even become mandatory for parties to sign legally binding contracts in the virtual world. Whatever the sector, the metaverse brings clear opportunities in an age where purchase and business decisions are increasingly occurring in the digital world. The available data suggests that Generation C spends more time as digital personas than as their physical selves. As the metaverse grows, consumers may soon refuse to buy products that are not present or tested within it. Against this emerging backdrop, prime amongst the opportunities is the chance for companies to build and direct immersive relationships with their consumers, test products in the VR world, and even produce customer designed items. Much more there are financial savings to be had. In short, by eliminating the middleman and reducing unsold products, the metaverse will enable businesses to generate more value, stimulate better quality creations, and cut costs. For example, the vast sums associated with setting up trade shows can be reduced, with virtual shows costing less than 5% of the money required to stage physical events. The metaverse also promises to level the playing field for businesses and communities. With real-world barriers to entry removed, smaller companies will find themselves on an equal footing with corporate heavyweights. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy if you've got good people. Like, look at you, Meta, for God's sake. I mean, we've got really good quality people who can build stuff in the metaverse, make us look as good, in fact, in a lot of cases, better than some huge corporate companies. You know, our spaces actually look, if you've actually looked at Morgan Stanley, even SpaceX, in voxels, our units, our parcels look better, absolutely look better. In the virtual space, they can reach out directly to consumers and compete on the global stage. Meanwhile, healthcare providers can deliver services to disadvantaged and remote communities at a lower cost, democratizing access and care for citizens worldwide. Security transactions in the metaverse will be 100% traceable thanks to blockchain technology and NFTs, increasing consumer and business confidence in digital transactions. So, you know, it's a really well put together article, but I love the last bit here. Many questions remain unanswered, and exactly how the metaverse evolves is yet to be seen. Let me just copy this. Still, two things are for sure. The implications for businesses will be profound, and early adopters will reap the greatest rewards. Of course, seizing the opportunities will not be without challenge or even a measure of risk, but with a 13 trillion economy in the making, ignoring them could be the greatest danger of all. Love it. Absolutely thought that. I think that article was actually written last autumn, but I still think it just holds a lot of water. You know, a lot of people are detracting. So I'm going to post that in the comments. It was actually in Arab news, and I do think the Arab world is leading. You know, as I said, they're not dipping their toes; they're just boom all the way in, without even any thought that this is potentially got any chance of failing, because they know that it's what's going on. And this is what I said about going in to see Fashion Week, for example, just as an event. Don't care if you don't like fashion or anything; it doesn't matter. You need to see what's going on there. That kind of, any doubts you have will just go out the window, just completely go out the window. So, coming to the end of this little brief presentation, it's just a bit of news, as I say. Most of the news is dominated by Fashion Week. I don't want to take away from that. That's the most important event this year so far. Not to say that there might be something bigger later down the line, but here's something. This, for me, is what we've been saying. Well, I've actually been saying, I'm taking credit for this. I've been saying it with Web 3.0. If you remember back to Web 1.0, I'm that old. If you can remember back that long, search engines at that point, it's things like Alta Vista, Lycos. They were the search engines that people used. Google didn't exist. Now I look at that. You Google things. You don't look at a search engine. You Google things. They've got that. Google have that thing that Hoover had. People describe hoovering their carpet. If you've got that, it's gold. The fact that it's become a use for what you're doing. The brand name has become a use. Because people say, I'm going to hoover the carpet, but they're not using a hoover. They might be using a Dyson, but they still say hoover. They don't often say vacuum. And it's the same with Google. People say, I'll Google it. Might not necessarily be the go-to search engine for Web 3.0. Nothing's that big that it can't be removed or replaced with something better. And social media, Facebook replaced MySpace. MySpace probably didn't see that coming either, but they didn't. It happened. And maybe Facebook mightn't see something else that's coming along. Obviously, a lot of people, Generation Z, are migrating to things like TikTok. The gamers, excuse me, the gamers are on Discord. So they're already getting marginalized, and if we're not careful, these guys could be swept aside by something better that's more relevant to Web 3.0. And I've just seen the first example of a social media platform that answers it solves a lot of problems. Let me show you this. Guys, I'm going to give you a link to this because this is so cool. This is so cool. It's in its infancy. It's a thing called Lighthouse. I'm going to put a link to that in the chat. Okay. Have a look at this. I'm going to show you what it does. Okay. Let me just show you. Okay. The problem a lot of people get on social media, on the metaverse, is they go to these places, and unless it's a big busy event like Fashion Week, it's quite an empty experience. That there's nothing out there. Your friends aren't there unless you've told them you're going there. Well, this is going to revolutionize that. It's a thing called Lighthouse, lighthouse.world. Now, you can hook your wallet up to it, and what this is a means. If you see here, once you sign up, This is the main kind of landing page you come to, the main area you come to. Now, so far they haven't added too many. They've got a few different metaverse locations, but they're going to add more. Okay, they're primarily at the minute focused on Fashion Week. I saw this as a result of Fashion Week, but they're going to list overview events that are happening, all the fashion shows that are happening in Fashion Week, Spatial Gallery in Tommy Hilfiger. I could jump into that, or I could jump into Decentraland. This is exactly what I'm saying about new search engines, new social media experiences. Because what you can do on this is, if I click gather my people, now these are all the people in Metaverse Fashion Week, all the attendees who are using Lighthouse are here, listed here. Now I could look down, I could maybe make friends with a lot of these guys. If I see somebody's got a, quite a big influence, well, maybe I'll connect with them. But what you can do is see this gather your people button. Currently, I could share this with my people in Telegram. I can share it with my people in Facebook, and I can share with Reddit, and I can share people on Twitter as well. So I can send my link out, and if you guys join this with my link, you'll appear in my friends list. It's the first, as far as I know, social media crossover to the metaverse. So once you join me on Lighthouse, if I'm, for example, swanning about in Decentraland and I'm feeling a bit lonely, I can contact you guys and tell you where I am, and you can come to me and we can have a chat or do whatever we want. And this is the future. This is very innovative, I think. It's the first one of these that I've seen. Now, this might be replaced, but so far, I think this is the future of social media and the metaverse, how it all links together. This is the glue. These guys are going to add a lot of metaverse, the most popular metaverse experiences. So hoping that, if I'm in voxels or I'm in some named space, I can just tell you guys where I am. I can, post to this, show you where I am, and invite you to come and meet me, and join jump into the metaverse that I'm broadcasting from. I think this is definitely the future, and it's the first time I've seen this. So I've only seen this in the last 15 minutes before I came on here, because I was looking up stuff about the Metaverse Fashion Week, and that came up. I got a link to lighthouse.world. Definitely join it, guys. Use my link there. I've put it into the team in G-Meta as well. And we'll start to play around with this and see, what it can do for us ongoing. And obviously, once our world's up and running, we can be added into that and share the news. Because obviously for us guys, if we're in G-Meta and we want to tell people we're in G-Meta, we can post onto that platform and invite people. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely amazing. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed what we went through today. Sorry, Sylvie couldn't make it today because Sylvie, where she is, it's the last day of the school term. She has to go and pick up the kids and so forth. The kids are off school today, and she's looking after they have like a play barn sort of thing where the kids come like a playground, and she's looking after that business at the minute. So unfortunately Sylvie couldn't make it, so I'm just giving you her apologies. She will see us. We'll both be on the call on Saturday. It's a training call, 7 o'clock UK time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will see you on Saturday. We'll do some giveaways as well. On top of that, I'm going to play around with this lighthouse because this might form, our Saturday call's a training call. So I think we'll maybe feature this brand new tool on Saturday once I've got my head around it. Okay, guys, take care. Have a wonderful remainder of your Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.